Hello, friends and family. Welcome to day 59, cycle 3, day 16. And welcome to my daily vlog about my quest to crush aggressive diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, stage 4, also called DLBCL. And we're, ICD code C83.39. We are using the R-EPOCH Immuno/Chemotherapy treatment to crush NHL, Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Thank you for joining me on today's journey. Let's start with my mental health, mental headspace, Noodle, and how I'm doing today. And I think you probably can tell by my introduction, I'm doing pretty good today. And I really gave it some thought about how I wanted to characterize it. And it was a lot of the descriptive words that I've used over the last several days, but I kind of boiled it into one thing. And I'm going to say that I'm thriving in my new normal. I just felt really good today. Very powerful, very accomplished, productive. Although I wasn't like crazy productive, but I just felt good. So I have several quotes for you, a lot of like almost one-liners, but I like them all and I'm just conglomerating them today. So here are my daily quotes. Get ready. First one. Energy of the mind is the essence of life. Aristotle. I like that one because I really believe that what's up here helps us get through everything else. Quote number two. Nothing can dim the light which shines from within. I like this too because I think I'm a shiner from within. I'm sharing my light. And that was Maya Angelou. Thank you. Last one. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from indomitable will. Mahatma Gandhi. I like this as well. So I don't know if you got the theme, but it's kind of like our strength comes from inside. Our brain, our essence, etc. I'm feeling like that. That's how I feel today. I feel very powerful, very strong, very energized, and I feel like it's coming in, it's from inside me coming out. Now, that's not to say that I'm not worried about all the stuff that's going on, and I am still stressing a little bit about my PET scan results. First test I have not even taken yet, which is absolutely ludicrous. However, I think somewhat normal. All right, so I'm going to move on to my to-do list. What did I accomplish today? So the first thing I did was the robotics call. And same experience I had last week, although I was not totally fatigued like I was last week because I wasn't feeling well. So it was even more energizing to work with the future leaders, to hear, it was just remarkable. We have an excellent mentor that we're working with. He does such a fabulous job with the students. He's a professional speaker and he really works with them. They're just so amazing. So today they worked on their introductions and their conclusions. And it was just phenomenal to take what they had typewritten and to talk to them and to turn it into this just amazing, totally connection. You know, these are amazing young women. I'm just so impressed by them. And I'm just so honored to be able to mentor them. So it was a good experience this morning. So that was a good start to my day. I did record all my daily status sheets. So I was able to erase everything into my spreadsheet. Still haven't done any of those compilations, but I am starting, like I said, to get all that data compiled, so maybe I'll be able to use it in the future. I started, I think yesterday, I told you guys I started a new sweater. I'm going to call it, it's a corded shell. Very similar to the first shawl I made. The stitching is the same. I decided I did not care for the tightness of it, like it didn't drape nicely. So I tore the whole thing out. Which was a little disappointing, and I started it again, so I'm kind of behind where I was already. But, you know, I'll still work on it a little bit here and there, that's fine. I did fulfill my goal from yesterday to clean for 5 minutes an hour, although, you know, like for robotics, I was up for a couple hours before I was able to step away because I was on a video call. So then I did, 15 or 20 minutes all at once. But I did fulfill a requirement to do 5 minutes an hour for every hour I was awake. And I feel pretty good about it. I mean, nothing's like super stellar, but I was able to clear some clutter out and scrub some counters and scrub the pots that were on the kitchen, or the pans that were on the stove. So I did do that and I felt very good about it. I refilled my little magic mouthwash bottle, so it's got several weeks of mouthwash in there, so that's good. And I have continued to use it every night, even though I'm not feeling particularly bad, because I just think, based on my experience last few weeks, that it makes a difference, even when it's, I don't feel like I have to use it. I think using it prophylactically is helping my symptomology and everything else. So I'm going to continue to do that. Thumbs up. And the last thing that I accomplished today, dun, 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 jazz hands. The first time that I cleaned, I did not remember, but the second time, I was put on my podcast and I got to work and I turned on my charity miles, so I got a little under a mile, but I did earn almost 25 cents today for the charity. Oh, and also, I noticed that 5 people have joined my team. Thank you. And then I can only see 3 because it only shows me who's joined once they start walking. So if you're the other 2, make sure you get some walking in so I can see who it is. Thank you. And if anybody else wants to join us, please, the more the merrier. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but you can join more than one team. So there, I proposed this to the robotics team as another alternative for outreach, because they can earn money. Just the whole team could earn. I have an army of 100 students. They could earn for whatever charity they want to earn for. But I could join the robotics team as well as my team, and my miles count twice, which is kind of cool. Now, you're not earning on theirs, if that makes any sense, because each individual is earning, but that's okay. You could be on 2, and we could, whatever. It is what it is. So that was cool. What else? Something else about the walking. Oh, I got an email that I didn't read, but I just read it today. This seems to be a theme with me. That for this month, you when you earn your 25 cents a mile, I'm earning for the charity I chose, which is the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, for obvious reasons. And then also, they're also donating, and I forget the name of the charity, but I could look it up, maybe put it on the screen if you like, or give it. I'll tell you tomorrow. Another charity for suicide prevention and awareness. I forget what it was called. So it's like a double earn for this month. So I'm like, that was kind of cool. So does that mean I'm earning 50 cents a mile? That's pretty cool too. All right. So that's all I had for today. Let's get on to to-do. My to-do for tomorrow is the PET scan video. So I still haven't done the prep, but I'm going to try and do the prep tonight while I'm doing all my video editing. I'm going to work on my crochet sweater in my off time. I think that since my 5 minutes an hour for cleaning was so successful, I'm going to do it again. Oh, and I have a tip. Let me give you a little hack or a tip. For those of you who are podcast listeners or audiobook or whatever, most of those, anything you listen to, they have a sleep timer. So rather than set a timer that alarms you, it was kind of a cool idea. I think I heard it on another podcast, maybe Happier. I set my sleep timer for my podcast to go off at 15 minutes or 30 minutes. I forget, whatever it was that was the equivalent of my 5 minutes an hour. And so then I just cleaned fast pace as I could go, got as much done as I could. And then when the podcast went off, if I was in the middle of something, I continued. And if I wasn't, I'm like, okay, I'm done for now. And, cleaning for 5 minutes an hour, that's pretty manageable, And if you go over to 7 minutes, oh well. I did scrub the microwave, which made me feel really good. And I vacuumed the floors, which was also nice. I did not yet scrub the kitchen floor, but maybe that's something for tomorrow with the mom. All right, so back to do. The 5-minute clean. I need to distribute Hoff's meds again. I got to get that 2 weeks done. And I need to do laundry. So those are my main to-dos for tomorrow. I'm trying to ignore it, but the end of next week is the start of chemo again. And so I want to make sure that I've prepped everything as best as I can. No angel deliveries today, but I would like to just say, when thinking of Dad today, and that's it. Thinking of him. And that's all I have for you today for the story portion of the day. So if you don't want to hear about status, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow. So let's get into status. First status is eating. No nausea. No pain in my mouth, but chemo mouth, where I get that kind of metallic taste if I'm not careful. So I'm just staying on top of that. No throat pain, no teeth pain, that's all good. Weight's about the same. My fluid intake was only 80 ounces yesterday, so 2.4 liters. My out was 2.9 liters. And that's it for eating. Okay, so let's move on to other chemotherapy symptoms. My neuropathy, I would say, when I wrote it, it said improving, but it feels pretty pronounced right now. So I'm going to say about the same. We'll keep it at the same. Hair loss, I think, is status quo. Nose clots, yes. Night sweats, no. Headache, no. Fatigue, no. Red skin, no. I don't think chemo brain. I felt pretty... The noodle feels pretty good today. Let's see, what else? Sleep. 6 hours and 33 minutes. And this afternoon, I forgot what I was doing. I think after robotics, I did like a clean, and I made myself some lunch, and I sat down on the chair, work on my sweater that I had ripped out, and I watched some videos. Trying to think what else. Still researching the new phone. I'm leaning towards the Samsung Galaxy S21. If anybody has any feedback on that, let me know. Been watching some comparison videos. The Note 20 looks somewhat intriguing, but the chip's a bit older, and you know, all that stuff. So I'm not sure. But I'm really leaning to the S21 right now, which does not have the removable SD card, but it does have quite a bit of memory. So I'm thinking about it. Also, does anybody have any experience with, I think it's called the Dexdoc? Nextdoc? It's like it's like a mechanism to like connect your PC, like have your laptop, no, I'm sorry, have your phone be the chip powered for like a laptop or connected to a monitor and keyboard, so you're using your phone as the computer. So I was just wondering if anybody has any experience with that. Okay, sorry, I digress. So then, I don't know, after some period of time, I kind of got tired. So I was like, well, no reason not to. So I got back in bed, and I got an hour and 6-minute nap. Thumbs up. So my total sleep today was 7 hours and 39 minutes, which isn't too bad with the nap. And maybe why I'm more energized, I don't know. My movement yesterday was 7,800 steps, which I'm pretty happy with. I'm still considering my steps. I think I shared my month and my week. So my week this week was averaged at about 6,900 steps. And my month was at 7,100 steps. So I'm thinking I might set a goal for 7,200 steps per day. Maybe 7,250. I don't know if I can go to 50. So it would be 7,200 or 7,300. I'm thinking about just raising the bar a little bit. During that exercise where I was pulling the data for the 1 week and the 1 month, I also pulled 3 months and a year. It was very interesting to look at. It looks like my steps greatly diminished. I think I told you when I was in the hospital almost 2 months ago that my steps went from over 10,000 a day greatly, like down into the 6s and the 7s. So I lowered my step count before I was even sick. But now that I know there was cancer eating up my insides and I was fatigued and all that other stuff. But when you go look at the step data dropped drastically from August to September. And even in July and August, it was down from the prior months. But there was a drastic drop in September, October, and November. You know, obviously, I didn't find out I had cancer until November. But it's very interesting to look at the data kind of retrospectively. All right, so let's keep going. Vitals. Fine, no problems. Thumbs up there. And no doctor news that I know of because it's Saturday and no one contacted me and I don't have any issues or concerns. Except for the neuropathy. Seems a little more significant. I'm going to change my notes so I can... It doesn't feel like the whole finger thing. It's still on the tips, but earlier in the day I didn't feel it and now I'm feeling it. I don't know what that's about. Maybe that's just the way it goes. It's a brain thing, right? Neuropathy? No, it's a nerve thing. All right, so I think that is all I've got for you today. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I really, really appreciate all your love and support and lovely comments. Keep it up. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. There'll be a little P. I think it's on the bottom of the screen. And if you haven't seen all the story, there's a... what's the word I'm looking for? The playlist that talks about the whole daily vlogs are up here, so you can see that as well. And they'll be there at the end of the video. So let me just finish up. But thank you again, everyone. I love you. Love you. Remember, every day is a gift. Live it.